Yep, I'm ready. Let's do this. Is that a pep there? Because that is not... Oh, no, that must just be like a frog statue or something. Yeah. Because I was about to say, that didn't look terribly threatening from a distance. But now, let's see what a pep truly looks like. Aapep, King of Cobras. Oh, no pre-battle banter, just right into it then? Alright. Well, we'll start with... let's defend against that. Everyone defends. Okay, considering that Aapep is in mythology is supposedly kind of like an enemy of light, let's try Arrow of Light and see what that does. Oh yeah, absolutely weak against that. But now that we have a Burning Heart, of course we're gonna use it. You know how it goes. Burning Heart! And how much does that do? Oh, fire also seems to be good against it, but I think Arrow of Light will be enough to handle it. And I'm gonna, of course, want to run around and restore as much MP as I can, because this is not an inexpensive spell. A Water Bomb. I feel like Water Bomb won't be... Everyone guard against Death Rattle. This might be an instant kill spell, actually. And I'm afraid that it is. It's missing a lot, which actually makes me think even more that I did not want to send out Luigi. But since it hasn't hit yet, it's making me think even more that it's an instant kill spell, because instant kill spells tend to have low hit rates. I flippin' hate snakes, I do. Make sure that slimy so doesn't come anywhere near me, Ollie boy. I'll faint. Me and my phobias. Weigh me down, they do. Oh, there's an idea. Pop something heavy on top of this thing. It'll soon stop slithering. Are you telling me to cast Burden on it? I feel like that was a not-so-subtle way to cast Burden, but I feel as if that is actually not at all necessary. So I'm just gonna keep casting Arrow of Light at it and just wait until it goes down. I'm fine with it aggroing me because I can run away. Okay. So we're about a little over a quarter down, so we're getting there. Death Rattle, everyone. Everyone please defend. I would very much rather not to lose anyone here. I'm not even sure that defending would... Okay, it's only Curse. I'm okay with that, because as far as I'm aware, Curse only slows you down. Maybe it weakens you a little bit, so that's fine. Instant death would be something that I would be very upset about. And also something that's kind of nonsense for an enemy to have, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Ow. That's fine. Well, now that I know it's not instant death, I'm less scared of it and less inclined to guard against it if I can get an extra attack in. Okay, as soon as I'm not guarding, everyone gets inflicted with it. So definitely guarding is the way to go against it. Good to know. Alright, we're almost halfway there, but I'm also running out of MP. So I guess it's time to switch to Waluigi and just get some physical attacks in there, even if it really isn't as efficient. Oh, Black Bolt. Everyone defend against that! Oh good, MP. Is that enough? It is enough for one more Arrow of Light. And alright, we're just over halfway now. That's very nice. Well, I'm going to want to defend against that, so hopefully it'll drop more MP glims, but it didn't look like that was the case this time. Dropping health, though, and of course Esther is healing me. So we'll just keep wailing on it for now. And when it rolls up an attack, we defend and pick up the MP glims. Oh, Esther, you better not. Esther, that's mine. Esther, this is for Luigi. Hell yeah, slash dance time! Slash dance! And how much does that do? Almost 300. That is a fair amount. Get away from that MP Glim monolith billboard. That was supposed to be for me! Everyone defend. I would prefer not to get cursed if I can help it. Nice. Oh, it didn't even matter this time. I just realized how big Luigi's shield was. I like that. Oh, and I think we're gonna be able to... Yes, we get one more Arrow of Light off. And let's give Puss in Boots a go, shall we? Evade against that? No, I missed. Oh, jeez. Let's definitely switch out of that and actually switch to Oliver so we can heal up a bit. Evade timing is rough, because you have to, like, know exactly when the enemy attacks, huh? Though, this guy seems to telegraph Serpent Strike from a mile away, so maybe that wouldn't be so hard. But, regardless, Aapep is almost done with. Just a little more pushing, and we should be able to defeat it. Esther gets freaking smoked. Okay, I guess it's time for Puss in Boots. And then... what is the telegraph for this? Did I get it? Yes, I did. Very nice. So let's just close in and unleash our fury. And, of course, try to get out of the way of its attack so it doesn't... Okay. Now! Nice! Oh, and we have enough MP for one more Arrow of Light. Does this do it? Yes, it does! Man, this boss actually went super smoothly.
What can I say? It's a gift.
Everyone but Swain and Oliver leveled up, huh? Esther learned Chant, huh? Oh, Zapfish can now metamorphose. Very nice. Billboard learned Thunderstorm. Bye, Aapep. Give me my Mornstar Orb, please, and thank you. What if Aapep did sprout out again immediately and just gobbled Drippy, like, right up after that? You obtained the Moonstone. This is it! One of Mornstar's magic stones! So that slimy Aapep had it all along, did he? Good work, Ollie boy. I am speechless. I can scarcely believe that Aapep has been defeated. And yet... Prince Ali. Is this... It's the curse! The curse is lifting! Wow, you are like 20 feet taller. Prince Ali! Wow, it's a miracle! He's human again, after all these years. It seems I have returned to normal. Too right you have. So what are you still looking so glum for? Though I am human once more, my kingdom is naught but ruins, and she is long gone. Our story has already become a fairy tale. Everyone knows how it ends. But, Your Highness... The rainbow frog is she, isn't it? Huh? You're that frog we saw before. Where have you been all this time? A frog? You know, this frog helped us back when we were cursed, in fact. It led us straight to you. Truly? How very... Huh? Where the heck did she come from? Surely not. Surely this is impossible. Yasmina! My beautiful Princess Yasmina! Huh? Huh? Ali, I've been waiting for you. Waiting for so long. And I was a frog as well, just like you. Is this a dream? Are you really... But how? Hang on a minute. So that colorful frog we saw was actually a princess? I think I'm going to cry. I drank the same potion as you, Ali. The potion that changed you into a frog. The one that cursed you. I thought if I were cursed as well, then you would not be alone. You did this for me? I always believed that we would meet again, Ali. I knew that your curse would be lifted one day. I only had to wait. And wait. Yasmina! Ali! Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad this story has a happy ending for these two. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You need not worry about us anymore. We are together again, and that is all that matters. I'm glad to hear it. I hope you adjust to the modern world well enough. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm sure there are some differences. Indeed, it is a fine city, and we should not dwell on the past. We should think about what we can contribute to the world of today. Have you considered becoming babana merchants? My father really enjoys it, and the free babanas are a real bonus. Babanas? What are they? Oh, right. I suppose they didn't have babanas back in your day. You should really try one, Your Highness. They're delicious. They sound wonderful. I can't wait to taste my first babana. It's nice to see you smiling. You're really lucky to have been given a second chance at happiness, you know. Don't let it slip away. Yeah. Good luck, you guys. Yeah, change the ending of the fairy tale. And the new ending will be... Please wait. Do not be so hasty in writing the ending of our story. I beseech you. Yeah, I suppose this fairy tale isn't over yet, is it? Certainly not. Indeed, I feel that it is... To be continued. Dun dun dun. Yeah, let's move right on to the Oliver. Oliver, you dense child. Not that I can blame you. You're like, what, 2 years old? But yes, we have more orbs to collect. Oh, a story in the Wizard's Companion, you say, huh? The Bear Man and the Princess's Tears. I see. Okay, so is Mornstar registered as actually having the orb as part of it? I'm not sure. I'm going to warp to Ding Dong Dell and try the purple chest there. If it doesn't work, that's fine. And if it does, I'll start I'll start getting the purple chests at another time. Right now, I just want to know. I believe it was up these stairs, yes? This might be a blue one up here, I don't recall. I think this is the purple one, though. Yes, alright, let's see. Yeah, Mornstar's not yet powerful enough. Okay, so, I'm going to end this video off by reading the tale we just unlocked. So, thank you so very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you also enjoy the fourth tale, The Bear Man and the Princess's Tears. Either way, I will see you next time. A kidnapped princess. The king of a peaceful kingdom had one daughter, whom he loved very much. This princess was very brave and very wise, and assisted her father in ruling the kingdom. Hard by the edge of the kingdom was a steep mountain. No one ever approached it. However, for it was known that a witch lived in a cave at its foot. This witch had long an inclination to rule the kingdom herself, but the fearless princess never failed to foil her plans. The witch had an apprentice who was top half bear and bottom half man. This apprentice was known as the Bear Man, for that was his name, and was fearsomely strong, but very dull-witted, and always carried out the witch's commands to the letter. One day, the Bear Man was in the cave making potion when the witch returned with a young woman. It was, yes, guess, the princess, who was always ruining her plans. The Bear Man looked at the princess and was twice shocked, firstly at how wondrously fair she was, and secondly, at the sight of her hands and feet, which the witch had turned to wood using magic. "Look after the princess," the witch commanded the Bear Man. "Do not let her get hungry or shed a single tear, else there shall be trouble." The Bear Man immediately went to fetch some fruits and preserves from the larder. Since the princess's hands had been turned to wood, the Bear Man tried to put the fruit in her mouth directly, but the princess turned away from him and looked instead at the witch. "What will you do with me?" "I shall tell your father that I have taken you hostage," the witch replied, "and demand his kingdom in return for your freedom." "That would be a waste of time," retorted the princess. "Father is always telling me not to believe anything witches say. He will not trust you, even if I am in mortal danger." "Silence!" shrieked the witch, and with a wave of her wand cursed the princess, who became quite unable to speak. The witch had stolen her voice. The Bear Man's duties. The next day, the witch went to the palace to negotiate with the king, and it was left to the Bear Man to provide for their royal hostage. The Bear Man liked looking after the princess. He felt sorry for her, with her wooden limbs and stolen voice, and he tried his very best to take good care of her. The Bear Man was in fact very kind, you see, and despised doing evil things. He was happy knowing that the witch would not scold him for being kind to the princess. After all, it was the witch herself who had commanded him to look after her. But while the princess did not shed a single tear, neither did she smile so much as once. The Bear Man used the finest ingredients to cook dishes that he hoped would make the princess happy, but when the meals were served, she would do no more than stare at him in total silence. Now, the Bear Man knew that the princess would only smile when her hands and legs were free again, and she had regained her voice. But the Bear Man could not lift the curses himself. and he knew that the witch would never do it. All he could do was continue to cook fine meals for the princess. The princess who wouldn't cry. Several days passed, and still the king would not listen to the witch's demands, just as the princess had foretold. This did nothing for the witch's mood, of course, and one morning, when the bear man was bringing food to the princess as usual, the witch shouted at him, "Why are you wasting such good food on her? Anything will do, as long as it stops her from crying." "But I thought that the princess would be happier if she could eat fine foods, mistress." "Who told you to make her happy?" With that, the witch snatched up her wand and, with a flick of her wrist, rendered the princess stony deaf. She then proceeded to tell the bear man a secret. "There is a reason why I told you to stop her from crying. If she sheds but a single tear, all of her curses will be lifted at once." The bear man now realized that the witch had not wanted him to be kind to the princess or to look after her. She simply wanted him to stop her from crying. He now knew what he had to do to make the princess happy once more. The next time the witch left the cave, the bear man put his paws around the princess's rosy neck and started twisting. Yet she did not cry. The bear man felt he had no choice but to strike her. He was strong, and the poor princess was unbalanced on her wooden legs. She fell to the ground violently. "Now cry, I beseech you! Cry and all your curses will be lifted." The deaf princess lay on the ground, clearly in pain. Yet she still did not cry. She simply continued to stare directly at the bear man. The bear man, for his part, resolved to treat the princess with great cruelty. He stopped feeding her, set snakes and insects upon her, and pulled out her beautiful golden hair. The bear man tried his best to be brutish, but when he looked upon the princess, in agony, he felt so sorry for her that he started sobbing. Though he hurriedly wiped the tears away with his big paws, knowing that he must not let the princess see him crying, it was too late. The princess had realized something was amiss, and resolved not to shed a single tear, no matter what ordeals Bearman put her through. The Bearman snarled and bared his teeth, and treated the princess more cruelly than ever, but the princess was very brave and wise, and did not shed a single tear. Tears at last. A month passed, and the witch visited the king once more. When she returned to the cave this time, however, her mood changed. "The king refuses to negotiate, and there is no point in keeping a hostage anymore. It is time to kill her." Upon which she waved her wand once more, sending a deadly arrow whistling towards the princess. The bearman immediately threw his great bulk in front of her, shielding her from the arrow, which pierced his chest. As he crashed to the ground, the wand fell from the witch's hand. The bearman's fate was sealed, but with a last morsel of energy, he opened his eyes and looked up at the princess. She stared back at him, her eyes wide. "I have done such terrible things. I will die an evil man in your eyes." Such were the bearman's sorrowful thoughts as he perished. As he did so, tears fell in a flood from the princess's eyes, raining down upon her wooden feet and arms, lifting the curse and returning her to normal. The princess immediately stood, picked up the witch's wand, and used it to draw a rune. For the prince could use magic as well, you see. A large fire engulfed the cave, and the witch's wailing could be heard for miles around. Once the blaze had subsided, nothing remained of the witch, save a small pile of pitch-black ashes. At that moment, the bear man was brought back to life, as a beautiful young prince, for his dull-witted bear form was nothing but a curse imposed upon him by the wicked witch. The prince asked in a weak voice, for he was still upon the brink of death, "Your Highness, why did you cry for me?" "Witnessing your death, it filled me with a terrible sorrow. Had I only known that crying would lift my curse, I should have done so far sooner. I see now that you were trying to help me, even as you did those horrible things." "I treated you terribly, Your Highness. Please forgive me." "Of course I forgive you. You are a kind person at heart, and for that I am truly grateful. Now please, do not die." Upon hearing these words, the prince shed one final tear, and breathed his last. The forbidden spell The princess stared at the prince's lifeless body for a long while, before picking up the wand once more with conviction. She had settled upon a course of action. She would cast Ashes of Resurrection. Upon casting the spell, the cave was filled with white light, restoring breath to the prince's lungs as it shone upon him. The princess's spell had brought him back to life. The very next moment, however, the princess fell to the ground. As she lay there, she raised her face and asked the prince, "Who are you?" "Ashes of Resurrection is a forbidden spell," he replied mournfully. "Those who cast it always pay a terrible price. The price you have paid is your memory of me." And the prince's eyes filled with tears of terrible sadness once more. "Why are you crying?" asked the puzzled princess. "Because something important has been lost." Upon hearing the princess's next word, however, the prince could not help but smile. "Well, perhaps together we may make it anew?"